right, I just roughed out a new part for the 1-to-1 Nomad, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. I used a compass to make a circle off of a paper template, much like this, boom, boom. Came out, cut out the circle out of 40,000 styrene. Okay, took some 20,000 styrene, see there? Wrapped it around the 40,000 styrene, then laid a piece on top and just trimmed it, did a rough trim around it. So I've got my 40 thousandths in here, 20 thousandths here, and 20 thousandths here. Now I'm going to do a finish cut on this. Then I'm going to cut out the center. I'm going to find my center line and cut a hole through this, put foam inside of here, the EVA foam, about a 1/4 of an inch thick EVA foam, cut out the center, match this up, cut this center cut out, and then make a mold of the part. Now, is that not easy or what? See? Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm preparing to do some work on the 11-foot enterprise I'm creating. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I'm having fun. Now, first of all, these are black and white templates of some parts for the 11-foot enterprise. This is the actual shuttle deck for the shuttle bay in the 11-foot enterprise that I'm going to create. Well, this is going in the engineering hall. I'm going to create the shuttle bay right now. These are some templates for some other parts. Now, I wanted to do a double check, so what I did is I went ahead and started pulling apart this model, since I've already created this model with a friend of mine, and I matched this model to this model using 2 different ways of scaling both models. And they are, yes indeed, almost a perfect match. In fact, when you line them up, this is the same shape as this right here, the very end of the circular part of the shuttle deck as the shuttle goes out the shuttle bay. All right, so I've confirmed my size 5 ways from Sunday, literally on every aspect of the model that I'm building. Bridge exterior, BC deck, primary hull, nacelles, pylons, you name it. I've went over it and over it, double checked and triple checked my measurements to make sure everything was accurate. Now, I want to show you something real quick. This is going to be the exterior of the shaft that will hold the deflector dish. This will be the cone that sits at the bottom of the deflector dish, where there's a ring on top, then a shaft, and then an et cetera, et cetera. This is the actual diameter of, excuse me, actually I want to pick it up, there we go. This is the actual diameter of the shaft that comes out, connects to that part, and connects to the deflector dish. So this is the shaft that is almost exactly 1 inch in diameter, as you can see there. That's the thickness of the shaft. This is the length of the shaft. So I've got everything plotted out, and I just wanted to double check my measurements against the existing shuttle bay. So I wanted to show that real quick. Now I'm going to go make some parts for the 11-foot enterprise. I've already shown the BC deck and the bridge and a couple of other things. I will be showing more very soon. Perhaps this movie, not sure. I'm getting ready to finish up Truby's wall mount communications unit. You know, the one with the alert that Kirk gets messages on in the hallway or relays messages in the passageway on board the Enterprise. Okay, this is the button I'm going to be using, the button and the housing. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come up with an alternate ring for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off right here and cut it down just a little bit and then seat it inside the base plate to get a couple of measurements, because I want the depth to be just exactly right. I had a ring laser cut for this, but I wasn't happy with it, so I'm going to handcraft one. to make it perfectly match the one that you see on the TV series. I'm going to use my circle gauge to get a measurement of the button and the exterior of this and what it should be, so that I can measure and cut all new parts to create the silver chrome piece that goes around the outside here, the ring that this sets in. And then what I'll do is I will use modeler's glue, the gel, this here, to glue it into place after putting some wax paper around the actual button to block it from getting glue on it. Then after it's glued that way, I'm going to hit it with some super glue to make sure it stays in place. And then I'm going to epoxy this whole assembly in through the back of the base plate so that it's 100% secure and strong and will stay in place. And I can remove the wax paper after that and know that this button is going to work every time. There's a little micro switch that goes on here, and that's going to activate part of the circuit. There you go. Creating your own parts 101.
I'll just keep getting stronger. You know that, don't you?